Here's why actually the Falcons are the better team than the Saints. Maybe not by a landslide, but they do have the edge. But the Falcons look absolutely poised to win this NFC South again.
Oh, I'm so glad that's over.
Ice up. Ice what? Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
Ooh, happy Saturday, Saints fans. What is up, everybody? I'm happy, you're happy, we're all happy because guess what? It's Falcons week. It's my favorite week, my favorite 2 weeks of every season. We get to play the Atlanta Falcons. It's an honor. Thank you, Falcons, for sharing this rivalry with us. It's quite one of my favorite, it's my favorite rivalry in the NFL. I don't think there is a better rivalry than Saints versus Falcons, but it's a extremely underrated rivalry, might I say. People don't really put the Saints versus Falcons on the same level as, Bears versus Packers or anything like that. So, it's only fitting that I sit here and hype up our rivalry and showcase how beautiful it really is, because we have one of the best rivalries in the league. But other than that, it's Falcons week. I hope everybody's Saturday is going as fantastic as a Saturday can go. LSU plays Alabama here in a little bit, so if it's halftime for you in the LSU versus Bama game, what's up? Let me know how it's going, even though I'll be watching too, so that really wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, what's up, everybody? I'm a little bit off because I'm extremely excited for this game. I cannot wait to wake up tomorrow knowing that we play the Atlanta Falcons in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the real Mercedes-Benz Superdome, not that one they built multi-million dollars in Atlanta that nobody goes to. I literally have been over there because I live in Georgia. I literally been over there during one of their game days. There were like a couple of people there. Nobody goes to those games. You've seen pictures. But anyway, this isn't a video to bash the Falcons. I'm just here to give you my preview and predictions of the New Orleans Saints versus Atlanta Falcons game. So, the first thing, I'm going to stop messing around. The first thing I want to talk about is health. Now, this is the most important aspect of any football team. If you have a healthy football team, you have a better chance of winning, and that's just how it is. The second-string guys are great, but they're not the first-string guys. You guys know how this stuff works. You guys watch football. You guys understand that health is a very important factor, and this is something that the New Orleans Saints have been getting, slowly over the past couple of weeks, and now we're the healthiest we've been since week 1. The Saints will be having Michael Thomas in the picture, Drew Brees, and Alvin Kamara all on the field simultaneously for the second time this season. So that's a really good thing to look at. We're getting all of our main guys back. Alvin Kamara is off of his ankle injury. He's playing Sunday. He's not going to miss any more time. Drew Brees is going to be wearing a right thumb splint, but he will still be playing. He's still just as comfortable. He just thinks that the splint would be a good idea for precautionary measure, and that he felt very comfortable with it on last week against the Cardinals, so he just wants to leave it on there until he's like 100% fully healthy. But yeah, this is going to be the first time since week 2. Jared Cook is coming back as well. Jared Cook had a very amazing connection with Drew Brees during the offseason, and Drew Brees ended up getting hurt week 2, and Jared Cook never really got to boom. He did have 2 very good weeks versus the Buccaneers, 4 receptions, 47 yards, and a touchdown, and the Jaguars, 3 receptions, 37 yards, and 1 touchdown back-to-back before he ended up getting hurt and sidelined with, yes, an ankle injury. Somebody needs to get these New Orleans Saints players some new cleats, because having Alvin Kamara, Jared Cook, and Tre'Quan Smith out for ankle injuries is a bit annoying. Tre'Quan Smith is coming back as well this week. He was 5 for 5, 75 yards, 1 touchdown in his 2 games that he played this year versus the Rams and Houston Texans. Was a very good wide receiver, was looking like he was going to make extremely big plays and make that jump to the number 2 wide receiver we all think he can be, because he can. Like I say, every time I bring up Tre'Quan Smith, go watch the highlights versus Washington and go watch the highlights versus Philadelphia. The dude's insane. So the New Orleans Saints are not only getting, they didn't just get back Drew Brees, they're getting back Alvin Kamara, who we didn't have against the Cardinals. We have Michael Thomas, of course, he was never hurt. We're getting Tre'Quan Smith back. We're getting Jared Cook back. P.J. Williams is off of his suspension, and I'm going to be real with you. I have no idea who's going to start in that slot position on defense. We'll have to see tomorrow, but other than the fact that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson has been playing fantastic. I'm not really sure who's going to play in that spot. I would think you don't take out the hot hand, but I am not Sean Payton. I don't know this stuff. So we'll see. Sean Payton is already a Coach of the Year candidate, and this is the first time all season where he's going to have all of his weapons back at 100% in like 6 weeks. I can't even fathom what's about to happen tomorrow. Holy crap. Everybody, get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. But before we get on our high horses, let's go ahead and talk about something that's very important, and that is the underdog factor. There's something that I've always heard. There's a little quote. I'm pretty sure you all know it. Never underestimate a hurt animal backed up into a corner. Never do it. You never underestimate somebody that is as desperate as this Atlanta Falcons team is. They're not tanking. Dan Quinn said that they're going to look at this next part of the season off of their bye week as a new season, a completely new season. So we can't take this game lightly. I hope the players understand. The players, they're locked in. I'm pretty sure they're fine. I'm just talking at a fan standpoint. Let's not get too cocky. Never underestimate a hurt animal backed up into a corner because they might have a little more energy than you think. I think the Saints are a better team all around. They have a better offense, a better defense, a better special teams, a better everything. But upsets happen. Don't get too cocky. Treat this week like it's any kind of week. I know this is the team with the worst record we've played all year. Yeah, right? Crazy. Washington needs to play like San Francisco, not Washington. It needs to play like everybody that has a less than a win or a win. So the Falcons are 1-7. This is the worst record team we've played all year. Just please don't sit here and count them out. The New Orleans Saints have been underdogs so many times within the past 2-3 years. And we've come out victorious a lot of the times whenever we're underdogs. So just please, guys, we've seen it when Drew Brees got hurt. We were underdogs every week, and guess what? We won every week. I know the Falcons are kind of trash, and the general NFL perspective of things, they suck. But this is a division rival. This is going to be the 100th time they've played us. There's nobody else more familiar with the New Orleans Saints than the Atlanta Falcons. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be them. I'm telling you that right now. The New Orleans Saints and Atlanta Falcons have a fantastic rivalry. One of the greatest rivalries in NFL history. I don't think there's anything better. But the Falcons lead this rivalry 52-48. They have a 4-game up on us. And the Saints are 12-4 at home against the Atlanta Falcons in the Sean Payton era, so that's a really good stat to look at. We've come out quite victorious. We haven't really had many problems with them at home, except for those seasons where the Saints are just subpar. We haven't had one of those in a while, and this season is definitely not one of those. So the New Orleans Saints are 12-4 at home versus Atlanta during the Sean Payton era. And the current win streak on the rivalry is a 3-game win streak held by the New Orleans Saints. We haven't lost since that color rush game where Drew Brees threw a pick to Deion Jones in the end zone after the game ended up pretty much getting lost from Sean Payton attempting so hard to call a timeout, and he ended up having to go on the field like, I'm trying to call a timeout, and then he got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. Quite a way to end a game. This rivalry is something special. It's like every time I watch these two teams play, it's tense. You can tell they don't like each other. The aroma is just completely different. The feeling you get from watching these games is unlike any other. There's not a single team in the NFL that I can watch and be like, dang, they don't like each other. They really, really, really do not like each other. It's a fantastic rivalry. One of my favorite rivalries, and it's even the fans don't like each other. And that could be just a toxic people thing, but literally the fans do not like each other. And I'm cool with some Falcons fans. Sports Live in the ATL, me and him were jawing back and forth in the offseason, but that's my dude. He's really cool. Rise Up Rundown, shout out. We jawed back and forth, but he's admitted his wrongs, so we're cool. The rivalry's perfect. The fans hate each other. It's going to be a very fun game to watch this Sunday. Now let's talk about something that's also very important, and that is the injury report. And like I told you guys, we're getting really healthy. Jared Cook practiced fully. Traquan Smith practice fully. Drew Brees, practice fully. Our one questionable player, Patrick Robinson, he's limited with a hamstring injury. That's not really too important. Alvin Kamara, practice fully. Tight end Josh Hill with a calf thing. He's limited. I'm pretty sure he's going to play on Sunday, though. Teron Armstead, he's sick. He did not participate because of his sickness, but I don't think he's going to be not playing on Sunday because of an illness. That's just how NFL players are. They don't sit out unless they have to. From the Falcons, Ito Smith did not participate. John Kaminsky, defensive end, did not participate. James Carpenter was full, which is a very good sign for Atlanta. Their offensive line has been very banged up. Matt Ryan was limited, but he is 100% playing. He's a go. Desmond Trufant, limited. Jamin Brown, limited, which is yet another hit to their offensive line. I don't know what's going on with the health there. They need some type of something over there at Atlanta because their offensive line is always hurt. Wes Schweitzer did not participate either, and Jaden Graham will practice fully. So the Atlanta Falcons, as you can see, have some banged up offensive line players. Their offensive line seems to never be healthy, and that's just a problem that they've had to face all year. And that's something that can elevate the New Orleans Saints defensive line to the likes of the Texans game or the Buccaneers game. They're going to do a lot here. The injury report is looking really good for the Saints. Only 2 players that were, not fully practicing, and those were one to an illness and Josh Hill being limited to a calf injury. But we do have Jared Cook back full practice. Question of the day, who wins this game? My prediction, 31-17 Saints. This is one of those games where I'm confident. I'm, of course, not going to treat it like it's just some backyard football stuff. No, this is another NFL game. The Falcons have a chance. They can pull it off, but I don't think they will. I think the Saints are too locked in, too focused, too determined to get what they need to get done this year, and I don't think a 1-7 Atlanta Falcons team is going to be that roadblock, but I'm just saying, if anyone does it, the Falcons know us the most out of any team in the NFL. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of the game down below, and let me know who you think is going to win. Just comment score predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy that LSU and Bama game, and I'll see you tomorrow after the New Orleans Saints play the Atlanta Falcons. Who dat, everybody? Adios.
Ballin' like Barkley, wrist so sparkly, internet surfing, feel like iCarly.